Okay, here we are at the Searls field. This is in Solon, Maine. And right behind that tree line back there is the Kennebec River. So this is some bottomland that's down here on the river. So the first thing we've got here is Autumn Rouge Barbu, which is a land race that originates on the border of Rhine. And this is first noted in the seed catalog in 1880. Rouge d'Écosse, which is a cultivation of this variety, was originally limited to the country of East Lotham in Scotland. This next section we've got here is Blé de Crêpe, which is a land race from northern regions of the Ile-de-France and part of the Champagne region. And this was also noted in the seed catalog from the 1880. You see here we've had some trouble with vetch. I spent the last week pulling vetch out of the field here. It's gotten so strong that it's pulling over the wheat itself. This next section is Untengarden, which is a land race from the Endagen Valley in southeastern Switzerland. Very nice, doing very well. Very nice and tall. And we don't seem to have any lodging problems with this one. This next one is Prochacus Bengrater Roterland, which is a land race from Germany. And this has been the most productive of any of the wheats that I've grown, of these seeds that I got from Sylvia de Vat's. I got the same amount of seed from each of these varieties, and this one has probably produced twice as much as any of the rest of them. This next section down here is Bartweisen, which is a land race from Upper Austria. But as you can see back there, it tends to lodge. We just get a heavy rain here and it just wants to fold right over. So it's probably not going to be something that I'm going to really want to pass on to a farmer. This next section is Steppenweisen Darben, which is a German variety. Does okay, but it's not really as productive as the rest of them. Here was a little section here. Breisengauer Berggrater Roterland, which is a land race from Germany. As you see, this one isn't as productive as the rest of them. Every one of these varieties here, I got the same amount of seed from originally, from Sylvia. Here's this next section is Toulouse Anon, which is that suggests that it was cultivated in southern France in Roman times. And it does well, but you can see it tends to lodge too. I haven't even had a chance to get rid of all the vetch that's growing out in that one yet. It's pretty much, most of this plot has come over. This next variety down here is Goldblum, and it's a land race from Sweden. But it gets very tall and it tends to lodge too. You can see back in there where some of it, has just folded over. Not as badly as some of the other ones, but still. Down here is Sippbachzeller, a land race from Upper Austria. Yeah, just a small amount of that one. Here's a little bit of Ethiopian Purple. Just a small amount. This next section here is Emmer. And down here below, I've got a little farther on here after the Emmer, I've got some Altgold Spelt. And this is done pretty well here. This is a Spelt, it's an old Swiss variety. It's this section down here on the end of this field is weedier than it is in the front. Here's an alpine einkorn. You can see it's done very well in here, even though the weeds have crowded it out. Here's another little one, a Kusa einkorn. See, just had a few of them come up. This is the one that just, I've struggled with this one. I'll be able to plant it and then get about the same amount of seed each time. But I'm happy with the alpine. And then down here in the end is some maca. And this seems to be very much like an emmer, as you can see. So this is what I've got going at the Maine Grain Alliance has down here at the Searls Farm in Solon, Maine.